Our next roaster is Ricky. And Ricky's great. He's not afraid to talk to anyone. Even those mediocre, homely looking, lonely, sad, straggly, depressing last call girls, he's always chatting about. I've seen Ricky pull so many 5s and 6s, it's like he's playing the endless game of Uno. And I think it's funny because an endless game of Uno is pretty much an accurate metaphor for his life. But really, Ricky's a good catch, even if he can't catch. The truth is that when I'm out with Ricky, we've been asked before if we're brothers or we're related, which is probably worse than any insult I could hurl at him tonight. Without further ado, a guy who's known for batting first for the Hoppers and taking my sloppy seconds, Ricky Lewis. Well, it's a little tough to follow. But before getting started, I would like to thank our MCs for hosting such a great event tonight. And especially props to Jillian for lending out her beaver to the first person who would take it.
My gay cousin!
That explains a lot in this family. I'm impressed, mostly surprised, but impressed nonetheless by the great turnout we have here today. Although I do feel like I do owe an apology to some of you. For those of you who paid cover to get in here tonight, Andrew Madoff rarely misses an opportunity to profit off of his friends. But rest assured, all proceeds will be funneled into his shell corporation, which is titled Kelaine's Bar Tab.
or the bad fun.
Or the bad fun, which I would prefer. But seriously, look at the state of you right now. The state of you is ridiculous. You're like a rabbi of riches. It's absolutely silly. But it's not just you Kovacs. Collectively, we're a pretty unique bunch. I didn't realize the extent of it till very recently, but it is fascinating to me how many Jewish men and chicks of women have found love and who are here today. You have Josh and Kelaine, of course, Andrew and Amanda, Dan and Erin. Brian and the only girl who would find slow and uncoordinated sexy. But Alex, don't worry. When desperation finally sets in for you, there's a virtual guarantee that Jeremy will still be alive. But Kelaine, you truly are an outlier in your own special way. It is your neon yellow aura that shines brightest when you are passing judgment on other people. Be them whiners, twinks, spazzes, hippies, fatties, slowpokes, lactards, or Duke fans. If Kelaine were running in this election, Cristiano Ronaldo would be your VP.
If only.
So hot.
Bloomberg soda ban would be a national holiday. And White House staffers would be required to wear Under Armour at all times. Although, Alex, you may want to skip that part because I hear Under Armour isn't flattering on guys with man boobs. Kelaine, I'm not sure why you're laughing either because they'll make your man boobs look more like pets. However, Kelaine, politics don't suit you. Not simply because you'd be required to wear makeup in public, but because Josh would almost be too convincing as First Lady. Am I right? As very recently, to tell you a brief story, I had a pregame at my apartment before Wage's wedding, which I needed at least 7 drinks before I could attend. And Josh articulated the differences between being asked and being told to do something by Kelaine. God. secret to the shandy. When being asked, he has the opportunity to say no several times before ultimately relenting, but being told provides no such window. But where politics don't suit you, Kelaine, competition sure does. So why don't we focus a little more on your strengths, okay? And by the way, this is not the segment where I focus on your skills as a third baseman. Your first strength, motivating others. I'm speaking for all the hoppers. How many hoppers do we have in attendance here, by the way? All right, I'm speaking for all of us when I say thank you. Thank you for setting us straight with a very uplifting speech after a crucial loss last season where we underperformed, tried to make errors on purpose, and deliberately kept a bad attitude. In your mind, you had channeled your inner Bill Pullman, but to the rest of us, it was like watching David Carradine actually go through with it. You killed Bill. More on strengths. You just ran a marathon. 3 hours, 30 minutes?
34.
That's great. Well, you know, you can place one foot in front of the other much longer than the rest of us can, so congratulations. And that will conclude our segment on strengths. But all joking aside, I really look up to you for your friendship, your ability to rationalize, communicate, motivate yourself, and your versatility. You are as comfortable giving a killer bridesmaid speech in front of a huge audience as you are just having casual banter standing at the urinal next to me. Let's end this roast with a toast to Kelaine's 30th birthday.
Thank you, Ricky.
Give it up for Ricky!
Actually, that was perfect. Ricky went into a lot of the boy jokes I'm going to make about Kelaine, so thanks. But really, what's there to say about you? You look like Jason Segel and Josh Bart's love child. I really like your Men's Warehouse advertisement. I guarantee it. Thanks, bud. Thanks for getting the ball rolling with your very creative joke about my beaver fur. It made it a lot easier to say nasty things about a person I'd never met. I bet you're really sanctimonious too, aren't you? Well, if you're not, Kelaine is. Matter of fact, she's so self-righteous, I once had a fight with my parents and got a lecture from Kelaine. But seriously, it's hard to take a lecture to heart when a grown-ass woman is wearing a hermit crab t-shirt that she got in LBI in 1989. Are you still wearing 2 sports bras? That was a really good look.